Okay, video on how to fix your servo on a 2007 to 2021 Toyota Tundra or Sequoia, I believe, is the same. And symptoms might be you don't have heat. Like for me, I didn't have heat on the driver's side, and the passenger side did have it, and I don't think the back seat had it either. So I bought it from a dealership, and I got a good deal on it, but the air conditioning wasn't working. So I did go and buy a new servo. This is not a servo, although I bought that on Amazon. It looks like it's a piece of the servo. So here is the servo. First, before you get in there, peel back this piece of trim molding to get it out of your way. So this is the second or third time I've had this off. The first time I put the new servo off, and I did take off this piece right here. This lower part of the dash only, to get to that fourth and final screw that's like over in that region. I'll show you where the servo is now. So that is your servo, the whole thing we're looking at. Oh great, my light went off. So this whole servo, I gotta get my glasses and something to point with, I guess. So those two pieces, this is the servo, starting here, and it goes all the way up here. This is your easiest screw to get to. There's four. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can find them up there. They come off pretty easily. See those wires you can detach, where you can leave them plugged in. If you're replacing it, obviously you have to detach them. But I'll show you what had happened with mine. But this, you can see this piece right here is one of the four things you have to hook up. So the male end stays and the female end is part of the servo, and this other part is a part of the box. You can see back here this other white portion that stays. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's another arm. But you'll need a magnetic screwdriver. That was one of the key things, because you'll lose all the screws right there into the great abyss, and you'll have to dig them out. So one of the things I do remember, so I had to combine a couple videos. Number one, do not take your entire dash apart. That's a huge job. This is a 2-hour job, probably a 30-minute job if you've done it once or twice, but a big pain in the ass if you've never done it before. Taking the servo out and putting it in. The key is, I remember from the other video, is so when I originally put this back in today, it was the same. The heater didn't work on the driver's side. But I remember from another video, whenever you put it on low, auto low, so the air conditioner is on, that somehow sinks it. I have no freaking idea. When I did that, I let it run for like a minute, and then I switched it back over to heat, and miraculously it worked. So I think somehow that worked. I'll show you something inside on the computer that helped me to adjust and align the servo with the gears in there real quick. So this is one of maybe the only diagram I found online of how to align. So this would be the heater box that's staying put. That would be the servo. So you're supposed to try to line these tooth up over here with this. I've seen videos where people put their hand behind there and line it up. I just eyeballed it and kind of pointed that down, and this little portion right here doesn't move so easily. So or one of them, yeah, that one moved. Yeah, that one moves super easy. This one doesn't move very easily. Remember I said that's the female end and that's the male end, so that's the easy one. So this goes down, but don't worry about that because you're going to line that yourself. This little thing shuts the door going to the rear, opens or shuts going to the rear passenger area, which just leaves this little finger, and that has to go up, as you see. So this piece, when I took it off this time, fell off. It pops right back in. This is the whole thing is a very, very, very cheap piece of crap. Whenever I bought my truck and it had no air conditioning, I replaced the servo. This triangle had fallen out. The screw here was this microscopic little tiny screw. So I chanced it and I put a big screw through there, and thought, what the heck? They wanted $3,600 to fix this. They want to take the whole box out, which means taking the whole dash out, and that was not an option. I would have traded it before I did that. And so if you line those up, when you start, you get them lined up, you might have to pull it off once or twice. Don't put that fourth screw back in, which will be up here somewhere. It's a giant pain in the ass. You only need 3, just tighten them down really well. Start by getting it lined up on that bottom screw is the easiest way, getting that just lightly threaded, you know, like halfway in. And then it should just gently push in the rest of the way. And like I said, when you're done, go back to turn your car or truck on, go to low and air conditioning on, and leave it run for a minute, and then switch it back over to heat. And I hope this helps. The website was up here, tundra.com, thread, 2nd generation Tundra. You can read the rest. So hope this helps.